بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. Alhamdulillah, we are going to move to we are still on the fourth lesson in our book Al-Arabiyyatu Bayna Yadayk, and inshallah we are learning numbers here. We are learning numbers in Arabic language, number 1 to number 5. Okay, so in English we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in Arabic language, how do we represent 1? Okay, 1 is represented as this 1, still the same, or 1, or it has a little, so 1. So, but by the way, still the same, very close. In Arabic language, we represent 2 as this 2. Let's say 2, and 3 is like this 3, and 4 is like this 4, and 5 as this 5. Is this clear? 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, how do we call them? So we call this 1, we call this 2, we call this 3, we call this 4, we call this 5. So that is in English. But how do we call 1 in Arabic? We call 1, we say wahidun. Wahidun. Alright? Wahidun. Wahidun. And 2, ithnani. Ithnani. Oh, sorry. 2 is ithnani. Ithnani. Okay? And 3 is thalathatun. Thalathatun. Alright? And 4 is arba'atun. Arba'atun. Okay? 4 is arba'atun. Arba'atun. And 5 is khamsatun. Khamsatun. Alright. So wahid 1. Wahid 1. Ithnani 2. Thalathatun. Ithnani 2. Thalathatun 3. Arba'atun 4. Khamsatun 5. Let's take it again. Now say it after me. Wahidun 1. Ithnani 2. Thalathatun 3. Arba'atun 4. Khamsatun 5. Let's take it again. Wahidun 1. Ithnani 2. Thalathatun 3. Arba'atun 4. Khamsatun 5. This is to be memorized, and you have to memorize it, and you have to also recognize. When you see this is 1. When you see this, that's 2. When you see this, that's 3. When you see this, that's 4. And when you see this, that is 5. Alright. I hope this is clear, inshallah. Alright. So, if I say, what is this? What is this? This looks like 3 when we turn it to the other side in English. But when we do it like this, turn it to the right, it is what? That is 4. What is this? Okay, this is 3. This is 3. Look at it. And 2 is like this. Just like this. 2 is just like this. And you just like W, then 1. That is 3. Alright? But U, then 1. That is 2. Then just one, that is one. Then we have three like this in English, but do it like this, that gives you four in Arabic. And something like zero gives you five in Arabic language. Is this clear, everybody? All right. Okay, so let's move to another lesson. The unit 2 in our book Al-Arabiyyatu, Bayna, Yadayk. So unit 2 we will be talking about. Unit 1, alhamdulillah, we are done with unit 1. So although we did not touch all the lessons in unit 1, because some of the lessons are the lessons that you have to do in the book, so we can't actually touch them through video. However, those ones which concern conversation, we touch them. Those ones which concern communication, we touch them. And that's what we want to do in our lesson. Our lesson is focused on listening and speaking skills, not writing skills. Okay, of course we can learn something of writing skills from our lessons, but that is not the real focus. That's not the main focus. Now we are done with unit 1 of Al-Arabiyyatu Bayna Yadayk. We are moving to unit 2. Unit 2, Al-Wahdatu Thaniya, is talking about Al-Usra. Al-Usra. So we are going to be looking at the conversation and learning the Arabic principles from the conversation. You will see that that has been our style. Okay, we want to learn the conversation they are bringing in every unit, and also bring out the Arabic principles and rules out of them, the grammatic principles. How do they combine? How do they construct these sentences and all that, so that we can also be able to construct our own independently whenever we want to talk, and also whenever we listen to somebody speak. Those things we have learned, you already know what it means and what it connotes. You can understand when you speak to people, inshallah. So Al-Wahdatu Thaniya, unit 2. Al-Wahdatu Thaniya, unit 2. Al-Wahdatu means unit. The unit. Okay, the unit. Okay, why Wahdatun? Wahdatun means a unit. You know, we have said it in the past. I don't know if I think we have said that we have indefinite in English, indefinite noun, and we have definite noun. Definite noun. All right. So how do we represent an indefinite noun? Indefinite noun is rather either starts with a or an, or let's say a bag or an egg. A bag or an egg. In English, definite noun we say the bag, the egg. All right. So this is how to represent definite and indefinite in English language. What about in Arabic language? In Arabic language, definite is called ma'rifa. Definite is called ma'rifa. We say al-ma'rifa. Al-ma'rifatu. That is definite. Definite noun. And an-nakiratu. An-nakiratu. That is an indefinite noun. That is an indefinite. Okay, so how do we represent a definite al-ma'rifa in Arabic language? It is when a noun starts with alif and lam. Alif and lam. When a word starts with alif and lam, it is definite. That means the word is D in English. When we want to say in English, when I say al-waladu, that means the boy. But an-nakira, indefinite in Arabic language, is when a word ends with tanween, with nakira. For example, it ends with double dhamma, double fatha, or double kasra. Dhammatan, kasratan, or fathatan. So now in Arabic, let's make the boy definite. Let's say al-waladu. Al-waladu. Al-waladu, the boy. The boy. And in nakira, in indefinite, we have waladun or waladin. It can come as waladin. That depends on the context, we are going to learn all that one in the future, inshallah. It can come as waladan, waladan. In short, that this word ends with double dhamma, double kasra, and double fatha tells us that it is an indefinite noun. That means this a boy, a boy. But al-waladu, the boy. So, and note that when something is when a noun is ma'rifa, when a noun is al-ma'rifa, when a noun is a definite noun in Arabic language, it begins with alif and lam, and it will never end with tanween. The dhamma or kasra or fatha will never be double. It will be one. So we can't say al-waladun, never. Al-waladun, al-waladin, al-waladan. That is so wrong. Al-waladu, the boy. Al-waladi, the boy. Al-walada, the boy. So da, di, do depends on the context of the word actually, but the meaning remains the boy, okay? Al-walada, al-waladu, al-waladi. The boy, the boy, the boy. Waladun. You see that indefinite nakira is when a word ends with double dhamma, double fatha, or double kasra, tanween. However, the word, so that is when the word does not have alif and lam now. So it is either a word starts with alif and lam and it does not end with tanween, it only ends with single fatha or kasra or dhamma, or that is definite. Or a word starts, or a word ends with tanween, double fatha, double kasra or dhamma, and never have alif and lam. That is what? Indefinite, nakira. Alright? Okay. So let me bring my example on definite and indefinite, nakira and ma'rifa in Arabic language. So okay, so let's bring my example. Let's have al-waladu. Let's leave al-waladu. Al-masjidu, al-masjidu, the mosque. Masjidun. Masjidun means a what? A mosque. This one is the mosque. Okay. Al-qalamu. Al-qalamu, the pen. This one is qalamun. Qalamun, a pen. You would see that when a word is definite in Arabic, it takes alif and lam, and it does not end with tanween. Ending with tanween means it is a nakira, and if it is a nakira ending with tanween means it is a nakira, an indefinite noun, a something. And if it is tanween, it will never start with alif and lam. So they are like two parallel lines now that will never cross each other. So it is either a word starts with alif and lam and it does not end with tanween, or a word ends with tanween and it does not have alif and lam. So that is how we differentiate between a definite and indefinite noun. So that is how we know that when we say this thing is the something or a something. The something when it starts with alif and lam. A something when it does not start with alif and lam, and it also ends with double dhamma or double kasra or double fatha. Even though sometimes a word could be an indefinite and it's still not starting with alif and lam, and it's even ending with tanween. That is another case, but this is a general case I'm explaining now. Okay, so let's not stress ourselves with that one, inshallah. For example, if a word is a proper noun, do they call it a proper noun? A name of a person, is that a proper noun? So if a word is a name of a person, all right. For example, regardless it starts with alif and lam or ends with tanween, we don't. That is definite already. That is al-ma'rifa, a name of a person. Muhammadun, Khalidun. So regardless of it has alif and lam, it does not have alif and lam, and it's even ending with tanween, which is a sign of indefinite noun. But in this case, no, because it is a name of a person, so we say it is a ma'rifa. We say it is a definite Muhammadun, because we know whom we are talking to. Muhammadun. All right. So you. So in its real sense, in its real sense, it is a definite because it is the name of of a person. Okay, so now we said al-wahdatu. Al-wahdatu means the unit. So, and why wahdatun means a unit. A unit and the unit. So athaniyatu. Athaniyatu. So athaniya, that means the second unit. Athaniya means the second. Al-ula means the first. Al-ula, the first. And the second. The second. Okay. So al-wahdatu thaniya, the second unit. So that's what we have. And it's talking about al-usra. Al-usratu. Al-usratu. So al-usratu, this is ma'rifa, right? This is ma'rifa, definite. When what is we want to represent this as nakira, indefinite, we say usratun. Usratun. So we said al-usra means the family. This is a new word, and usratun means a family. Okay, so if you want to say usra, your family, if you are speaking to a man and you are talking, you said your family, what do you say? You say usratuka. Usratuka. Remember, we say this all the time. Usratuka, your family. When you are speaking to a male, okay. When you are speaking to a female, what do you say? Usratuki. Usratuki, your family. Ki is for a female. You are speaking to a female. What about my family? Usrati. Usrati. Say usrati, my family. Right? Usrati, my family. Alright? Usratuka. Usratun. Or let's say al-usratu, the family. Usratun, a family. Usratuka, your family. Usratuki, your family. For a female, for a female second person, you are talking to a female now. Usratuki. And me, I'm talking about myself. I could be a male, I could be a female. I said usrati, my family. Kitabi, my book. Rabbi, my Lord. Rabbuka, your Lord. Rabbuki, your Lord, for a female. Right? Alright. Okay, now let's delve into the lesson itself. Now we are going to this wahda, this unit 2 of Al-Arabiyyatu Bayna Yadayk. It's going to be talking about, it's going to be revolving around family. So, inshallah, here we are going to be learning new words, a lot of new words, okay, that has to do with family. Grandfather, grandmother, mother, father, and so on. Okay, so there's a conversation, like we all know, this book, it's the first lesson we have on this book, on the first lessons in every unit is about conversation. So, because we are really much more about speaking skills and listening skills. So, and that is what conversation is about. Okay, so there is a conversation, al-hiwaru. Now, al-hiwaru means conversation. Al-hiwaru. A conversation? No. Or do I say al-hiwarun? No, because this is alif and lam already, indicating this is a ma'rifa, definite. So a ma'rifa does not take double dhamma or double fatha or double kasra, never. So al-hiwaru, the conversation. Okay, hiwarun, a conversation. Alright. Al-hiwaru, the conversation. Hiwarun, a conversation. So, if you and a person are seated and you are talking, that you are having hiwar. You're having conversation. Alright? نتبادل الحوار. You're having conversation. So, حوار. So they said, انظر واستمع وأعد. انظر, look. واستمع, and listen. وأعد, and repeat. Now, this is a conversation between Ali and Ammar. Ali says, Assalamu alaikum. Ammar says, Wa alaikum assalam. And Ali said, هذه سورة أسرتي. And Ammar said, ما شاء الله. من هذا? And Ali said, هذا والدي عدنان وهو مهندس. And Ammar said, ومن هذه? And Ali said, هذه والدتي سعيدة وهي طبيبة. And Ammar said, ومن هذا? Ali said, هذا أخي عيسى وهو طالب. And Ammar said, ومن هذه? Ali said, هذه أختي عبلة وهي معلمة وهذا جدي وهذه جدتي. And Ammar said, ما شاء الله. Okay, let's break down this conversation now. Let's break down this hiwar, right? Hiwar, conversation. Do you forget? Hiwar, conversation. Let's break down this conversation. So, Assalamu alaikum, we know this is a greeting of Islam. Wa alaikum salam. The Prophet ﷺ has told us when you get to somewhere, of course, the Muslims there say Assalamu alaikum. And we should also respond to Taslim because it is an obligation to respond to Taslim. Wa alaikum assalam. And it is recommended, if a person says Assalamu alaikum and stop there, it is recommended to add to it. Say Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. When a person says Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, it is recommended that we even add to that Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Allah says, وَإِذَا حُيِّيتُمْ بِتَحِيَّةٍ فَحَيُّوا بِأَحْسَنَ مِنْهَا فَحَيُّوا بِأَحْسَنَ مِنْهَا أَوْ رُدُّوهَا. That is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah An-Nisa. Alright? So, that's the first thing they started the conversation with. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum salam. Now Ali said, هذه. When I say هذه, you know what that means already. هذه, what does this mean? هذه, this. And you also know the implication of this. For a female, feminine, mu'annath, feminine. This is used for a female. That means if I say هذه, what has to come after that thing should be a feminine. Either a word carrying ta marbuta or a word that does not carry ta marbuta but in its reality is a feminine. Right? Our last class we did a lot on this. هذه. So now Ali was telling Ammar, he said, هذه سورة أسرتي. هذه سورة. Do you see now that this word is carrying ta marbuta? We said ta marbuta, it's a word that ends with this kind of ta or this. Ta marbuta, these are ta marbuta. But this one, no, this is not a ta marbuta, this is a ta maftuha. This is an open ta. Open ta. This one is a closed ta. A word that ends with a closed ta is a feminine word, even though with its exceptions that we said in the last class. هذه سورة. This is, so now, you know, suratu, what does suratu means? Suratu means picture. It could also mean image. It could also mean form, and so on. But what we need here is a picture. So you can see that suratu, this word in Arabic, is a feminine, is a mu'annath, because it's end with ta marbuta. Alright? Like I told you in the last class, I said, something ending with something being feminine does not mean it is a female, like human being. No, word could come as feminine in Arabic, it could come as masculine, and it does not mean that when a word comes as feminine, it does not mean it has a masculine form. No, suratu. The surah has a masculine. So when a word come in, and a word could come as masculine, it does not mean it will have a feminine form. However, any word that comes with as masculine and will always have a feminine form, we know how to turn it to feminine, like talibun, talibatun. This is when a word has a feminine and masculine. How do we turn them to each other? How do we turn from masculine to feminine? This is where this one is beneficial for us. But it does not mean that all words are words that actually are feminine and masculine. So some words could only come as form of feminine in Arabic language, and some words could only come as form of masculine in Arabic language, and we have to treat them as that in the sense of the kind of pronoun we use for them. It has to be if the word comes as feminine, ending with tam or its reality is feminine, we have to use things that are used for feminine. Hadihi, here, and so on. So now suratu is a feminine noun. Suratu because it ends with ta marbuta. So هذه suratu usrati. Usrati. Alright. هذه suratu usrati. Now let's break this word down. هذه means this. Suratu means picture. Alright. Usrati. What does usrati mean? Usrati. Usrati. We said usratun is a family. Usratuka, your family. Usratuki, your family. Usrati, that is my family. So now I have broken down the words in this sentence. Can you tell us can you construct the whole sentence now? Hadihi suratu usrati. This picture my family. Can you bring it together? Hadihi suratu usrati. Hadihi suratu usrati. There is something is going on in this sentence, in which we call in Arabic grammar mudafun wa mudafu ilayhi. Wa mudafu ilayhi. That is a possessive case. How do we bring two words together to make one? When we say Allah's book, that is one. Book of Allah or Allah's book. But two words are coming together, Allah and book. So now we have suratu usrati. Even though that has happened already in usrati, my family. Usratun is coming, and that ya is also another word that comes to make two words, my family. So هذه suratu usrati. This is the picture of my family. This is the picture of my family. هذه suratu usrati. The picture of my family. But before we go there, we are going to learn mudafun and mudafu ilayhi briefly, so that we can understand it, inshallah. So in our conversation, we need to bring two words together to make one. Like many times. So we said Muhammad's book. Muhammad's book, right? Muhammad's book. So we said Khalid's car, right? We said Fatima's food. All right. So we said what another word can we bring together? All right. You said my book. We know this already. Kitabi, my book. But just to tell us that it is among this lesson we are learning. Just that we have learned this one without actually pointing out the topic it belongs to, okay? So, Muhammad's book, Khalid's car, Fatima's Fatima's food, or let's say Fatima's pen. Alright? I don't want us to be busy with a new word here, so that we can actually focus on the new lesson. Fatima's pen. We know pen already. Column. So now we have two words here. We have Muhammad and Kitab. We have Muhammad and book. So how do I say Muhammad's book in Arabic language? So how do I? So this is going to be a tricky. I'm going to present this lesson in a tricky way, in a very I don't know how to say it, in a very smart way, so that we can quickly understand what we are talking about. If I want to bring all explanation, we might not understand. So we are here to make things very easy for ourselves to understand in the trickiest way we can understand it. So we don't want to bore us with a lot of explanation, this and that. No. So as we move, as we proceed, and as we advance in the stages of Arabic learning, we'll be understanding some things more extensively. All right. But from now on, we need to pick the general knowledge. Now, Kitabun Muhammadun. Muhammad's book. We have Muhammad Kitab. So, in Arabic, Muhammad's book. So sorry, in English, Muhammad's book. So if you want to bring these two words in Arabic together as well to mean Muhammad's book, you start with book. You say Kitabu. You come opposite. Kitabu Muhammadun. Muhammadin, sorry. Kitabu Muhammadin. Now, Kitabu Muhammad. Now, who is the owner of the book? Muhammad. So the owner of that thing that you are the person in the person possessing something is the one that will come last in Arabic. Even in English, the person possessing something is the one that will come first. Right? The person possessing something is the one that will come first in English. However, in Arabic, he is the one that will come for last. So the thing he is possessing, the thing we are actually attaching to the person will come first in Arabic. But in English, it will come last. Muhammad's book. That is the essence of S here. That is the essence of this and S. So we can't say in English, we don't say Muhammad book. No, that is two different words then. But when I say Muhammad's book, it becomes one. So in English, the possessor comes first and the possessed comes last. But in Arabic, the possessor comes last while the possessed come first. So Kitabu Muhammadin. Kitabu Muhammadin. Muhammad's book. Khalid, car. So we have two words here. Khalid. And we have Sayyaratun. Sayyaratun. So now we are going to say, so in Arabic, who is the possessor now? Khalid is the one possessing the car. And we want to make it one word. We don't want to say Khalid has a car. Khalid possesses a car. We just want Khalid's car. So in Arabic, how do we say that? We bring the possessed thing first. That is Sayyaratu. That is the car. Sayyaratu Khalidin. Khalidin. Sayyaratu Khalidin. Okay. Now pen. We have pen. We have Fatima. Fatima. And we have Qalamun. Pen. Qalamun. So here in Arabic, the person possessing is, in English, the person possessing or the thing that is possessing another thing is what comes first in the word. Fatima's pen. That is why we are using S now to tell us that this is a possession. This is a possessed person, and what he is possessing comes after that. Right after. When I say Fatima's, then I'm expecting that then Fatima possesses something which I want to talk about. What is that thing? Fatima's pen. The pen of Fatima. Okay. So I was saying. Now we have Fatima, we have pen. In Arabic, the person possessing comes last, while the thing that is possessed comes first. Now we have Qalamu Fatimata. قلم فاطمة. Here we say طيارة خالد. This one is ending with kasra. This one is ending Fatima is ending with fatha. Okay, I should actually not bring this example. But don't worry. I do not bring Fatima yet. But now kitabu, kitabu. Now kitabu means my book. My in Arabic is represented as ya, ya, ya. All right, and kitabun is book. Kitabun is book, a book. So now I want to say kitabi. The person represent the possessed here is who? Is mine. Ya. Ya comes last. Why kitab comes before it? Kitab, kitabi. Now you know all this one we say kitabu Muhammadin. Sayyaratu, qalamu. Now here we say kitabi. That kitab is taking kasra. It is because that is what are called al-ishtighal bil harakat al-munasiba. That is in an advanced level, inshallah. If you finish this Al-Arabiyyatu Bayna Yadayk, and if the next book we decide to go on is Al-Ajrumiyyah, we'll learn that inshallah. All right. So if the next book we want to move into is Al-Ajrumiyyah, Muqaddimatul Matn Al-Ajrumiyyah, we are going to learn that inshallah. So this is Al-Harakatul Al-Munasiba. This because ya works with kasra, and ya is being attached to a word that has dhamma here, and ya always turn the word that comes before it to kasra if it's going to be, since this ya is e. Now we can't say kitabuyi, kitabuyi. It kind of it's heavy. So that is why we say, okay, let's not disturb ourselves. We know that this one should be dhamma. Actually, this bar should be taking dhamma, but let's just pretend as if we don't know, and let's give this bar an haraka that will go in line with this ya, so as to make it light on the tongue. We say kitabi, qalami. It should be qalamui. We say qalami to make it easier. So now kitabi, this ya is standing for mine, the possessor, and kitab is the possessed. So the possessor comes last in Arabic possessive case, while the possessed come first. So we have Kitabu Muhammadin, the book of Muhammad, or sorry, Muhammad's book. So in another words, we can say the book of Muhammad. If we already understand the first degree meaning, Kitabu Muhammad, Muhammad's book. So in English we can turn it to another. We say the book of Muhammad. Khalid's car, the car of Khalid. Fatima's pen, the pen of Fatima. Right? So, but this is when we firstly understand the basis, which means Kitabu Muhammadin, Muhammad's book. So now you will notice something. Let me explain that in another page. In Arabic language, this particular lesson has a lot, so you may have to watch it twice or 3 times or something so as to understand very well. In Arabic language, we have 3 cases. We have 3 cases of words. We have 3 cases of noun. We have 3 cases of noun. All right. We have Ar-Rafa. Oh, sorry. We have Ar-Rafa. Ar-Rafa is called nominative case or something. Nominative case. That is when a word ends with dhamma, like al-waladu, the boy. Now you understand something I explained the other time very well. Now we have an-nasbu. We have an-nasbu is an accusative case. You don't really have to bother yourself with this meaning, accusative nominative. When a word ends with fatha. This one dhamma. So we have al-walada. Al-walada, the pen. Sorry, the boy. Al-walada. And the third case is al-jar. Al-jarru. That is a genitive case. Alright, that is when a word is ending with kasra. Like we have al-waladi. Al-waladi, the boy. You will notice something, that al-waladu means boy. Al-wal means the boy. Of course, waladun will mean a boy. Al-walada means the boy too. And of course, waladan we mean the boy, a boy. Al-waladi also means the boy. And in case of indefinite nakira, we will say waladin. But it all means the boy. But what is the essence of do, dida? Al-waladu, al-walada, al-waladi. There is a change occurring. But why is it not changing the meaning? No. The case of this noun is what is changing. Now, these are the three cases of noun. The cases of noun will change depending on the context the noun is. If a noun is in the case of being a subject or an object, being a subject or an object which has nothing, which has not been combined with anything or preceded with anything, it takes dhamma. It takes the case of rafa. The word will end with dhamma. Like we have al-waladu tawilun. This is a subject, mubtada, and this is object or predicate. Let's say predicate, khabar. So a subject, a mubtada, in its original state will always be in state of rafa. Will always take dhamma at the end because it is a subject. That helps us to know that when I say al-waladu, it can be maf'ulun bi because it is a subject, al-waladu. Tawilun, an object, a predicate also, in most of its cases it takes dhamma. Alright? So the case now, al-walada, when does a noun take fatha, a nasbu, an accusative case? When a noun becomes something that was acted upon. When we have an action, a verb, and what that verb is based upon becomes the acted upon word. I don't know the terminology to give to that, but in Arabic now that word remain the same. But what do we use to indicate that this word, even though it is a boy, but it is preceded by an action. An action is based on this word. So we indicate that by giving that word al-walad, giving it fatha, ending with fatha, the case of nasbu, al-walada. That tells us that this is a word which is acted upon. For example, ra'aytu al-walada. I saw the boy. I saw the boy. I saw is an action. What was that action based upon? Al-walada, the boy. So we said in Arabic, that is maf'ulun bihi. What an action is based upon will always take a nasbu, an accusative case, fatha. This is just in order for us to understand words when we hear them, when we read them, and when we want to speak. Look at here. We said this is a subject. Al-walad takes dhamma. It remains to the boy. This is an acted upon word. Al-walad takes fatha. Al-walada. It is still a boy. The boy, sorry. So now, what changes here? Why is it that this ending haraka is changing? Al-walada, al-waladu. It is because these words now are in different cases. In this case of al-waladu, al-waladu is in the case of subject, and a subject in Arabic does not maintains a rafa case. Alright? Of course, there could be an exception, but we will always talk about general cases in this level. A subject in Arabic maintains a rafa case. It takes dhamma at the end. Al-waladu, the boy. Al-walada, al-walada, when we hear al-walada, that means a verb has preceded this thing, or something that will turn a noun to having nasbu has preceded it. So the case is different now. It is not a subject here for being al-walada. It is something acted upon. So it depends on the case a noun find itself that will determine if it is going to be in a rafon case or nasbu case or jarru case. So we have to learn these cases and we have to learn these situations to know what to use to call our noun. If it is kata at the end or kesra at the end or doma at the end. If we are going to be using it as rafa or nasb or jar. This is very simple. Don't think it is complicated. No. You have to be open-minded. Okay? So, however, in a possessive case, what gives a noun kasra? It is when, number one, when it is preceded by a preposition, harful jar. We're gonna learn that. I think in this lesson. No, not in this lesson. Harful jar, when a noun is preceded by a preposition, harful jar, it's going to be in genitive case, al jar. It's going to take kasra. For example, marartu bil waladi. That ba preceding al walad will give that al walad kasra at the end, because that is a genitive case. Bil waladi. Now al walad is still the boy, but now it is al waladi because of the case or because of the situation al walad is finding itself. It's finding itself after a preposition. So depending on the context a noun is will determine if it's going to be in case of rafa, jar or nasb. Just take this general knowledge first before we start applying. So now we are applying something. But this is another thing you have to note. The basic states, the basic case of a noun in Arabic is to be in state of rafa. When it is not preceded by anything at all, it's not finding itself in any case. It's just standing alone. You say al-waladu. Or I just want to say the boy without attaching it to anything that will, al-waladu. That is the fundamental case of a word, of a noun in Arabic, to take a rafa case, to be in a state of rafa, to take dhamma. But when something precedes it, or when a noun is in a particular case, in a particular situation, we are going to check. This thing preceding this noun, does it allow this noun to maintain the state of rafa, or it changes this noun to another state? If yes, if it allows the noun to maintain the state of rafa, that's okay. We don't have to change the noun to the state of rafa. If it changes, if it's something that this thing that precedes this noun sitting alone, taking the state of rafa. This thing is preceding this noun. For example, you want to say with the boy. So now with be in Arabic is gonna precede the al-walad. So now this be preceding the walad, does it change a noun that comes after it? Yes. What does it change it to? It changes it to genitive case, to kasra. Now the walad will leave its original state and become al-waladi. We are going to explain this more inshallah in the next class, okay? It's time for salah here. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Barakallahu fikum. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.